Testing 1, 2. How's the audio?
Testing 1, 2.
Sounds good to me. Pull up my chat window. So I made some tweaks to the output. I'm not sure if it's right because it's not exactly straightforward. So we'll have to see how the quality looks this week. Should be better than last week. Still gotta go get a test. I think that's where we're gonna start, then we'll get back to XPing. And we'll see how far I'm gonna get tonight. Don't have a lot of time. Good here. How's the webcam? It's all right. All right, well, let's get started. Let's go test farming. The dough is going to be the best place to get a war test. Looking at this, quality looks much better. It's still telling me on YouTube I can only go to 480, yet it still looks good though. That's weird. I'll have to mess with it some more. Hey John, welcome to the stream. Do I have any? I think Lion That's treasure hunter? I can't remember. Trying to think if there's anyone else if she doesn't have it. No. It's the only trust I have that might have it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out why that's only 40. It's only wasted hours if you feel it's wasted. Even if you got entertainment and enjoyment out of it, then you can't say it's really wasted time. I do get what you're saying, though. Saying instead of playing a game, I could have been more productive. But the way I look at it, it's not a waste if you're getting enjoyment and value out of it. But yet, game's still alive, and heck, the game still has new content coming out for it. Wish I could say it was every month. They said it was going to be every month, but it's and there's new stuff that comes out every month. But they have new story stuff that's coming out. I don't know, every 2 out of 3 months? You have like 8 out of 12 months a year. They have new story missions coming out. And they say they have something big planned for the 20th anniversary, which is a little more than a year out, so. Still making content for the game. Cool. Nirvana's a good, was it mythic to have? It's a lot of work. Three dictionaries? Wow, that's even more committed than I ever was. I just used auto-translate to communicate. I didn't bother with having 3 different dictionaries. That's quite the impressive commitment. See, and that's the other thing. Like, you probably learned a decent amount of Japanese, so you just from playing a game, you probably learned a decent bit of another language. Again, it's not wasted time. Oh yeah, I was a PS2 player. Some people try and make fun of it because the layout's kind of like PS2, and heck, still PS2 controller. PC only nowadays. Not really. I mean, we just started. We're going right now to go farm a Warrior Testament, and then just gonna get back to the XP grind for a new player. 61? Yeah. I have like a bunch of stuff going on, so I'm not going to be going too late, but I'm hoping we can get past 75 today. We'll see. We should be able to. Well, I don't ever believe in mains at all, and this character is more just a character for testing and just having another alternate character to do, like, Ammon Trove and other things at level cap. But I'm mainly using this player to be like a low level, like new 119 player for testing to see like what you can do with like high tier battles and Unity NMs and those type of things. So that's the whole point of this character, hence new player. Because I already do plenty of other stuff with like my other characters. Cloudchief is probably cool. Hopefully this will be a one and done. One can hope. No, this isn't for multi-boxing because I only have one account. Now, granted, I do have access to like a friends accounts, so I could multi-box if I really wanted to, but I don't. But like Newplayer, cloudchief, and Caulifla are all on the same. I don't know how you call that. The same like POL ID, so I can only be logged into one at a time. I don't really multi-box. I mean, I don't have a problem with people multi-boxing. I definitely get the appeal, and again, there's been times I've done it in the past with using a friend's account. I've never personally owned and been paying for multiple accounts. Plus, not everyone's gonna do that, since a lot of the channels, you know, focused around trying to help people. I guess I'll fight through. I don't feel like burning more. Yeah, since, like I said, not everyone's gonna multi-box, so... Plus, if you're gonna start, like, getting crazy with multi-boxing, a lot of people try and do it on the same computer. And, then you're typically using third-party tools, and I don't approve of that, so I'm not gonna do anything like that. If I was gonna multi-box, I would have like 2 monitors, 2 keyboards, 2 controllers. That's how I would be doing it. Me switching back and forth. Really should make some macros. Perfect. Yes. That is exactly where I had it. Although I no longer have that name anymore. When I server transferred to Bahamut, someone had it and changed it. Hence why it's cloudchief. Yes. I'm trying to think. What was... I wanted like probably like 4 other names before I ended up settling with Hiei, and I couldn't get any of the names that I really wanted. I know, was it one of my favorite series from back in the day was Tekkaman. So I tried getting like a bunch of different names from that. I Blade, I think I tried Tekkaman, tried Saber, Darkon. All those were taken back on Valifor. We're talking back 75 days. Trying to think through, I think there was a couple other names I tried, and like I said, ended up settling on EA, because he was my favorite character. But Sensui? Yeah, Sensui was definitely an interesting villain in Yu Yu Hakusho. Don't want to drop the test. Like, I'm not sure if Lion 2 has Treasure Hunter. I'm almost wondering if it would have been advantageous to at least go level Thief to 15. There we go, 11-minute silence. That's pretty decent from keeping me from getting cursed. Oh. It's gonna be rough. I gotta keep an eye on what's being cast. It's very useful nowadays. Now, it's just because it can be a very strong job. It isn't as you, well, see, it's weird. Like, a lot of events, Treasure Hunter isn't really as required because most things are guaranteed 100% drop. There are some things, though, you do want to get Treasure Hunter on. So, I don't know. It's very niche, but Thief is still very much used. Not to mention, Thief can just be a strong job anyway and just really doing damage. It's still great for farming. Thief is fantastic if you're like want to try and make money or just farm crystals for upgrading your Rimas to R15 from Omen. Probably shouldn't have notes. Yeah, there we go. Ah, shoot. That's right. I don't have any echo drops. I didn't think that through. That's a long time to wait. You know, if I rest these things aggro. Alright, so what is it? But no, War is a very strong job. People will make argument, like, it's always hard to say what's the best DD, because I'm sorry, I think anything in 11 always comes down to situational. So, you know, what situation are you in? There's definitely situations where Thief is probably going to come out the best, highest damage, but there's also just a lot of other, you know, really good jobs that are going to do really good damage also. That aside, Warrior can do a fantastic job tanking, although can't really tank everything. But War has access to a lot of really good gear. Like, I know on Caulifla, my War and my full tanking set has like 4,000 HP. So that's more than, you know, a lot of paladins you'll see. Granted, it's not going to do well taking magic damage. Plus, also, Warrior's going to struggle against holding hate against more than one mob. So there's that. But, I mean, Warrior can still be a really good tank. They can do really good damage. They're really good for utility. It's fantastic for, like, your first job for just getting skill in, like, all of the things. Considering it can use pretty much all the different weapons. It also just makes it just very strong for utility purposes, because there's just a lot of different things you can do. You can do magic damage. It's great for Abyssia proccing. So Warrior's just a fantastic job, and if I think you should level up whatever job you want, but if I were to make a recommendation what your first job should be to 99, I would recommend War, even if you don't even want to play War. Just for utility purposes. It's also one of the best sub jobs, so just having it leveled there is great. like I said, all the other reasons I listed, getting skill and everything, so all subsequent jobs you level is just that much easier. It's just a fantastic job all around. So yeah. Because it just came back after leaving at add-on launch. That's when I quit. Where's the best place to start solo CP? I mean, it depends. I don't know where you're geared at. It also depends on what job. If you can handle AoEing, there's a bunch of different places to AoE. Cygate's a good place. I can't think of what it's called. It's someplace in the ravine. Estia zones are a fantastic place to CP. Like Estia Zeta, Ryzen Jima is a fantastic place to CP. You can always try and also do Apex mobs. So there's just, like I said, there's tons of different options for where to CP. But yeah. Get you. I gotta be careful. If I link, it's gonna be over without. Do we want to gamble? Ooh. I mean, honestly, you can't really go wrong with going to, like, Ryzen Jima or Estia Zeta. Just pull out your trusts and start CPing, to start killing stuff. It's also a also, going to Ryzen Jima can be a fantastic way to also just make money. If you go to Ryzen Jima and you don't get the what's it called? Is it the Mollifier? Whatever. I mean, so basically it allows you to pop. After you kill a mob, there's a chance you can get an Ascendant mob, which is basically a notorious monster. And when you kill that, it's going to drop a bunch of stones and pouches. And the stones and pouches sell for decent money on the auction house in a stack. So, alright, I'm going to risk that. Cool. I'm not even going to evoke. Hopefully the ninja will start tanking it. But yeah, that would probably be my recommendation. Is go to Ryzen Jima. I mean, yeah, you can basically CP anywhere in Ryzen Jima. It can be decent CP, and you can make money. Also, make sure you're opening the chests. Even if you don't want any of the temp items, whenever you get a chest, still open the blue chest and immediately destroy it, because you can only have one chest up at a time, and like Esgite ores are worth like 600k, or at least they were. I haven't been out there and gotten one in a while, so I can't say if prices fluctuated. But I know when I was getting them, I was selling them for 600k each. So again, it's like you're making decent money CPing, just XPing. You're welcome. No longer silenced, so... Do I want to risk that? I feel like that's going to link. I think that's going to get all three of them. that? I don't know. Let's see. Cool. The experiment's about, well, it's not really experiment, but it's more just so, like, I can go do high tier battles on very easy and formulate a strategy for, again, anyone coming back to the game, basically being like, you can go do this to go clear this, as soon as you hit level 99 using Sparks gear or using whatever. So it just helps people to make guides for, new and returning players. Why did I go this way? That's the whole point behind it. Plus then, like I said, then I have another character to go do, like, Ammon Trove and potentially get stuff for my main. Which is always nice. But the main reason is for, like I said, testing and seeing what you can do. Because I'm not going to put any job points. Like, I'm going to end up leveling multiple jobs. Because once I have everything at 99 and I've, like, finished doing Rhapsody missions and gotten all the stuff from there. I can take a brand new job and level it from 1 to 99 in about 3 hours. Obviously, the first time you gotta stop because of all the limit break quests and everything, so it makes it, much more of a challenge. But once you've finished that first character or first job to 99, all the subsequent jobs go much easier. Especially, like I said, once you have all the XP bonuses you can get. All on test. Where's the testament? Oh, I should have put the clock in. Forgot I got that. Yes, it's so I can make guides, is the whole point. That's exactly what it is, yeah. So this, if I were a 99 with an Ambuscade Axe, what would you pair sub with? Well, the Ninja. I would definitely sub Ninja. Because then you can dual wield, and then I would use the, what's it called? I feel cold. It's like bar or something, barfree or something like that, +1. You can get it off the auction house. It's basically, I think it does require a Juggernaut, level 75 axe. But it's, let me see if I can find it off of auction house. But yeah, it's like, it gives you like 50 attack. It also increases weapon skill damage by like 8% or 9%. So pairing it with Dolachine is just ridiculous. use the power search. I don't remember because that's what I use on Caulifla for when I'm on War. And I sub Ninja if you're just an axe, because then your decimations just do ridiculous damage. I didn't want to do player search. There we go. It's War, main. Well, it can be sub also. It doesn't really matter. It is 99. Seriously though, why is... Oh, is the other one popping, I guess, down there. There he is. I guess if that's the case, we'll pull him this way. Barbary. Probably said that. But yeah, it's you get the +1. Oh jeez. Price is skyrocketing. Going for 20 mil on Bahamas. I know I didn't spend that much when I got it. I mean, it were 15. But, yeah, 189 damage, 280 delay, 78 HP, 28 strength, 50 attack, and then weapon skill damage plus 8%. So, yeah, like I said, that's what I would recommend offhanding. Just sub Ninja and then do that. Plus, if you're subbing Ninja on War, if you pull Hate, you have Shadows. Yes, what Nemo76 said. I went back to level everything up to 99 right now, but usually get slowed down around 70 or something. I do have a bunch of bonuses. Must be doing it wrong. It takes me about 8 hours. Well, the other thing that I do is, so when I am doing it, I am like using like S-Shed rings and caliber rings. So I'm having the rings going all the time, and I have multiple S-Shed rings. Since you can send these to yourself, so you can have multiple, you can only obviously be holding one at a time, but you can go back to your delivery box, like when one wears off, you go back to your Mog house, go to your delivery box, pull one out, pop the ring, so now you have it up, send that, and then pull another ring out. So now I have another ring to go, so as soon as the XP bonus wears off, you just pop another one, bam, and you just keep going. So if you have those XP bonuses going just constantly, you can just level up really good, really fast. I have specific camps that I go to also. Once you hit about 80, I either like to go to Mount Zion and you're fighting the crabs, or the other place I like to go. Or you go and fight crawlers in the past in Rolandberry Fields, and then I'm trying to fail where I'm thinking where I like. Oh, and then once you hit about level 90, I finish out just right outside of Adeline. Well, like I said, if you're using a single-handed weapon, I see no reason not to utilize dual wield. Let's just kill this guy. If you're using a single-handed weapon on a warrior, you might as well utilize dual wield. You could do something like, and I tried messing with it, but it just wasn't as good damage. I was using a shield. I think it was a blur shield +1. I think has increases damage also, like increases your weapon skill damage, but not as much. But it just wasn't. Yeah, I just wasn't getting as much damage even with like Last Resort and Soul Eater and stuff. You're just better off using Ninja and just dual wielding is what I found. Plus, then, like I said, then you're just more tanky anyway. You son of a gun. You know what? Whatever. I've never actually CP'd there, but yeah. Crabs are always good. I mean, even if you don't have them, trying and getting as many caliber rings as you can is always good. Since you can get caliber rings from Ambuscade every month. If you have multiple characters on the same account, you can always send them to yourself also. If you have any like mules at 99 for Amintro, you could always go in and do 1 or 2 ambuscades on like very easy. Version 1, get enough points and pick up caliber ring and send it to yourself to do other jobs. As options, you can also always get caliber rings out of chests in Escha zones in Rising Jima. Goes back to the point that I was bringing up before that I haven't gotten a single test, much less a war test. That's a platinum? I guess it was platinum before. Figure these out. Not being nice. You say that, but the thing about it is, I mean, what is it? Dolachine, just decimation spamming, you can be hitting 30,000, you know, Dolachine weapon skills just, you know, by yourself without, like, you know, skill chaining. Now, I get it if you have, like, Aeonic or something. And then you're multi-stepping, that's obviously going to do better with the skill chain damage and everything. But again, that's something else in the situation. Dolachine, you know, going War Nin, Dolachine is not at all a bad way to go. It's a long sleep. Plus, it's it's also just really good damage for cheap. Just to get yourself off, you know, off the ground. Obviously, if you can get like an Aeonic or something like that later, then you can always, you know, step up. But I mean, just getting Dolachine to start and just using Ninja just to, you know, start and get yourself off the ground is not bad at all. Oh, come on. You're seriously gonna leave me slept here? Well, it's gonna wear off anyway. Might end up spending the whole stream farming, It also depends. I mean, honestly, I think it could be the best if you're in a situation where you don't want a skill chain. Like the worm in Rising Jima, the tier 4, that if you do skill chains, he'll just wipe you. Like in that situation, just going in there and decimation spamming. Would do decently well, and I think you'd be hard to beat that otherwise. Again, say like it's like I said with everything, it's shit situational. And you can't expect a new player to just immediately have the best stuff anyway and be doing top tier damage. It takes a while. You gotta get capacity points. There's a lot of gear to get. It takes a while to get like AF and Relic to +3. So, I mean, like I said, recommending subbing Ninja for Dolchin is not a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. He's actually pretty good. He does ridiculous magic burst damage. Hey, coffer key. You know where the coffer is. He does ridiculous magic burst damage. He just does decent damage overall, just also from melee. He's a pretty good trust, in my opinion. No, I hear you on that. That's kind of one of the big reasons why I left Azura, is just dealing with the bots and everything. Azura, you're just dealing, yes, with people with bots and just mercs, and yeah, it is frustrating. They will do something against bots, but they're very, very slow against it. Like, basically, you need to keep reporting them over and over and over again. You also don't call a GM. A GM isn't going to do anything. You want to use the special task force. Like, if you go to Google and type in FFXI special task force, they'll take you to a link where you can go and you can literally, like, type in the player's name, say what zone, what server, and then you write a small description of what you say, and they will do something eventually. I've gotten, like bots and people doing malicious things banned, but it's extremely slow. Like I said, it typically takes a month or two of multiple reports. No, I am trying to get a test. Limit break 5 is going to be the next limit break. I can level all the way up to 70 at this point. So, I didn't even realize I hit 62. Cool. So right now I'm just trying to get a test, since I think if I went and got went and got 70 and then went to go farm a test, it wouldn't be as time as efficient, because I'm at least getting some XP while I'm doing this. So once I finally get the test, it'll be less XP I'll have to do. Trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone that way, but yeah. 35 mil. I mean, you can still get the +1 and get the NQ. NQ is 50 to 100k. It's 23 strength, 45 attack, and 5 weapon skill damage, which still is not bad at all. And for 50 to 100k, I mean, obviously, 5 more attack, 5 more strength, and 3 more weapon skill damage is better, but is it, you know, 20 mil worth better? But then again, 11's always been that way with, +1, things. Gotta pay a premium for that, you know, 2 extra attack. What's my favorite job? My favorite job is Ninja. Like Ninja, and Ninja's definitely like one of the most well-geared jobs I have on cloudchief. A lot of my recent guides and stuff, yes, I'm on Blue Mage. That was because a while ago, when Caulifla was still relatively new, and before I started leveling her up, I did a poll asking, you know, what was the next job that you guys want me to level up, and I'm going to, like, you know, focus it and get it top tier. Was going to be the job, and I polled, and the community, you know, won out saying that they wanted me to do Blue Mage. So I leveled Blue Mage. I now have like T-Zone, All Mace, and just lots of other just really good things. So yeah, so you could kind of say Blue Mage is kind of Caulifla's main job at this point, and it is extremely strong. There's just so much you can do, and there's so much. You know, utility and versatility that you can do with Blue. I would not say Blue's my favorite job. It's an extremely strong job, and I do enjoy playing it, but like, Ninja's always just been my favorite. I've always liked just kind of the more like light DD type class. Like, I've always been drawn more to like Thief and Ninja in terms of like you know, gameplay and what I like. Play personally. But yeah, I mean, I definitely do not have a lot of Ninja play on my channel, considering I would say Ninja is my favorite job. And Caulifla's Ninja's pathetic. I don't even think I have sand on Unsasumi sand on Caulifla. But then again, like I said, when cloudchief's Ninja's topped out, it's kind of, you know, difficult to want to level it again. But then again, I did that with like War. Like, War's kind of topped out on both characters. Not topped out, but pretty decent. This is pretty crazy. I haven't gotten a single test. Not one. Like, I wouldn't feel so bad if I, like, happened to, you know, get, like, a Black Mage test or something. So then it's like, okay. Or at least getting drops. Yeah, I'm almost sure, because I was like, I wasn't sure if Lion 2 has Treasure Hunter. I don't think she does. I think Everyone's asleep, but then Shantato nukes. Wyatt, like... How does literally everyone get slept, but then everyone's doing something else? That's confusing. Oh, I guess they're still poisoned. Wait, they remove my poison? Yeah. So you remove my poison, don't remove anyone else's, and then just leave me slept. Brilliant. No. Blue is a lot of work. I will admit that. There's just a lot to blue. Like, a lot of people recommend, oh, what job would you recommend, you know, for new returning players to start with? And a lot of people are like, blue mage. And I'm like, no. I strongly advise against that. I mean, if you want to level blue, it's a very strong job. You can manipulate it around. Once your blue is good enough, you can manipulate it around where you can fit it in basically any situation, and you can kind of force it into any role. Like, you can definitely main heal on blue. It's not going to be a good main healer, but you can do it. But the thing about it is, the way I look at it, blue has a very high floor, and like, I don't want to say it has a low ceiling, because but it has a lower ceiling in basically every category than other jobs. Like, you could find another job that's going to have a higher ceiling for what you can do in any said situation than you can with blue. But the problem with blue, like I said, it just has a very high floor. There's just a lot of work and a lot of gear you have to get to even get it to be somewhat functional in a group where, like, a pickup group's going to even want you on blue. And just all the spell farming, all the different gear you need. Like, you need a TP set, you need a weapon skill set, you need a magic accuracy set, a magic attack set, a spell interruption set, a cure set. You just need so much freaking gear, it's absurd. A blue magic skill set. Yeah, it's so much to blue. There's no way I would ever recommend blue to be someone's first job. Man, still no test, and we are 63. Dang it. Re-up silence. Leveled, so that kind of makes it difficult to judge. Axe apparently still has a long way to go. Rampage? Rampage is about 55, but you need the skill. Like, I just don't have the skill yet. I think it's 175 axe skill, so I'm like right there. Like, I have the level for it, I just don't have the skill. Let's outrun Stone 4. Let's look, when is it? I think it's 175. Test? Do we get a test? Yeah, Rampage is 175. So, oof. Yeah, so I literally just need to get 9 more skill levels and I'll have it. We have any skill up here. Oh, yeah, I would have if I sent it from like my main. Really? pretty decent Blade E, considering Blade E normally sucks. Uh-oh. Zero. Careful too. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, looks like I'm dead. I mean, maybe if I can quickly kill this. Get 2 PP back out. Nope. That's a... Oh, that bio was rough. What was that, like 7 per tick? Let's pick up some more echo. Well, I don't have any echo. We'll pick up some echo drops and some more silent oils. I was wondering if I should level Thief to 15 really quickly. Yeah, I might have lived if I, what is it, had like 3 more ticks on bio before I would have dropped. Actually, let's put the clock in. That's a lot for echo drops. That's what I was saying. I don't think she does. Which, considering if she doesn't, actually we can look. We can see if there's any trust to get picked up with login points. Nice. Yeah, this would be my newest character. They're... Don't even think how new they are, because when I made my new players guides, I kept like creating, because I wanted to do and get the early mission stuff from each city, so I ended up like creating and deleting 3 different characters, all with the same name as new player. So this is the 4th. This is like the 4th character I've had with the name New Player. I only leveled one of them to 99, the other 2 to level 50. So this would be the 4th one. And I've had her for a while now. But I just haven't, you know, put any time in on it. Like, let's look at how much time I've put in. That's current time. Where does it say where it's playtime? Playtime. So I've put in almost 18 hours on her. Do you not have any? It's definitely not for 10. Really? There's no trust available? I guess that was last month. Alright, well, no. Could use that to get more S-Shed rings. Although I don't think I need to. I got enough on my other characters. Could use it to get caliber rings. No, I can't set up for a dual box because they're all on the same account. Nor do I even want to really dual box. I have access to a friend's account, so if I really wanted to dual box, I could dual box them. But no. The thing is, multi-boxing kind of, in my opinion, eliminates the whole point of like creating guides and stuff for people. Because while some people will be multi-boxing, some people won't. And if I'm making guides basically like, oh, you can clear this, you know, by, you know, multi-boxing different, multiple characters. You're kind of then cutting people out of the loop that don't multi-box. And it's kind of like, oh, well, if you want to do this, you have to multi-box. So, no. Like, I'm trying to even think, when is that? Was it Abyssia days the last time I was multi-boxing? Yeah, like I said, multi-boxing is just not really a thing I can do. I personally have always liked just trying to push the limits of what you can do just like solo. Now, and of course I'll still, you know, get in with groups. And like ambuscade and other things, but I typically like to try and, you know, do as much as I can solo, just for pushing limits. You haven't played in about 2-ish years, but every day I listen to your FFXI playlist 2 to 4 hours while working. It's just so calming and easy to work by. Yep. The other thing is, yeah, the music for 11 is great. I got a hair? What that happened? I got a hair in my mouth. Ew. Alright, let me look. I don't... Because if Lion doesn't give TH2, then there's really no point in summoning her. I'd be better off either summoning a backup healer or another black mage. No, it says it possesses Treasure Hunter, Guild Finder, and triple attack, so... I'll trust the wiki. Attack of the beard. I don't have that problem. Well, that was a much bigger hair than any of my beard hairs. Unless I somehow am like missing a really long one that somehow came off. I don't know. I like my beard. Not to mention it's just less work. Shaving every day is a lot. It's a lot of work. I remember doing that many moons ago. I'm not leveling here. I'm trying to farm a test. Did I go the wrong way? I'm trying to farm a warrior's test. Leveling. This is a horrible leveling spot. It's a lot to trek out here. These just aren't the best things to fight. Yeah. Now I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to get a warrior's test in it, so that way when I hit 70, I can go into the mat fight. Heck, I could do it at what, level 66 if I really wanted to. We might just go do the mat fight immediately if I get the test. If I happen to be like level 66, before that. Because that's the next limit break quest I have to do, so... So the funny thing is, was it on the wiki it said she has treasure hunter. Does that mean she has TH1? Now granted that's better than nothing, but considering she's over level 45, she should have TH2. I'm curious how much XP is going to go up from the, I mean, obviously it's going to go up whatever they said. I think it's 10%. We still got a long walk to go. Is it clock? That's just Vanna clock. Not Vanna deal clock. Oh! Son of a... Great. That's what I get for auto running, not paying attention. Oh, man. Really? Alright, let's, stick against the wall. Yeah, 10%. That's what I thought. No, I am doing, I'm trying to farm test. I'm trying to find a warrior testimony. I should have... I already did do the Magicite mission. Although, I never did turn that in, now that I think about it. I'm not rank 5, I'm still rank 4. And yet it's done, I just need to go to Juno. Yeah. It's funny, because either took a long time to farm test, or you just got it really quick. I remember helping a friend out try to farm, like, literally... Or no, that wasn't... We were trying to farm a coffer key. That's what it was when we were out here. Because I was like, there's not... White Mage test doesn't drop out here. Yeah, I don't know, but... yeah, test farming's brutal. I feel bad for anyone that did Red Mage. I knew people that were, like, leveled Red Mage first. And they had to farm quite a few tests. Although then again, I think, isn't it like Ruby? Ruby's like 100% drop. Maybe. No, now it's got that. Very high drop rate. Looking off of this, it's saying it's a 7% drop rate.
Yeah.
Six levels to Rampage. Having a little convention over here. These Quadovs definitely aren't 6 feet apart. They're not properly social distancing. Come on. Whatever. Start clearing the room. Hey Creator Max, welcome to the stream. Still all clustered together over there. There we go. We should have killed enough that we should have gotten the drop. Speaking. Yeah, the sound is dang, another coffer key. Yeah, the sound for Rampage is quite enjoyable. I'm not doing it properly, but yeah. It's just a smexy weapon skill. I'll just put it at that. First big multi-hit. Come on, guys. Or we'll just get them both anyway. Should have picked up some skill up food, but This is Bahamut. So I'm leveling this character for basically testing purposes, but it'll also be nice to have another character for like doing hand intros every month and stuff like that. But the main reason is I was using Caulifla as my test character, but she's just gotten to the point where she's too strong. So I don't feel it's a proper test to go do like Unity NMs and high tier battles and stuff to really make like a new player's guide for doing that. So the point of this character is I'm going to level multiple jobs up to 99, and then I'll get like Sparks, Baled, Sparks gear, Baled gear. What else? Domain invasion gear. I'll get some ambuscade gear, and use it strictly for testing. I plan on getting merits, but I'm not going to put in any job points on any of the jobs that hit 99. So she will always have 0 job points on every single job. But that's the whole point of this character, is for testing purposes. Cool. Keep up the level grind. It goes pretty quick up to about 50, and then it starts to slow down. I also enjoy the leveling process, although I don't enjoy this. Farming for hours, although it hasn't been hours yet, has it? Oh, it's been an hour and a half. Hour and a half farming a test and no test. Just. Yay, 40k, that's not bad. 5 levels. No, let's say I could dismiss and hope. So I think he was still in aggro at that point. I could have dismissed Shantato and he should have depopped. I'm farming a testament. I'm trying to farm a warrior's testament is what I'm doing here. No, I'm pretty much a solo player. I will do basically pick up groups. I do not, I mean, I have some link shells, but they're more for like, they're like Dynamis type link shells. I don't really have like a main link shell that I'm in. So. But yeah, I'm mostly solo. I wouldn't mind joining a link shell, but the thing is, I'm gonna be kind of picky on what type of link shell I want to join, depending on, you know, how they are, their requirements, what they're expecting of me, what I'm expecting of them. Right now, I don't have a lot of playtime. I'm in the early stages of trying to move. I still haven't found. I mean, I'm still getting my place ready to sell, and I haven't found a place yet that I'm gonna buy. But I'm gonna be actively looking within the next month. Give me a test already. That probably wasn't smart. He has like no HP. Get it on somebody else. Trick out here again. Oh, definitely. Whoop. There it is. Dang. Kill this guy and then leave. Yeah, definitely. The XP gets ridiculous, especially when you have an XP ring and you have Rhapsody missions on. How long have I been playing? 11? Probably about 6 months after North American release, but there's a kind of an asterisk with that. Like, I was playing about 6 months after its release. However, it was probably 2 years after its release before I had my own character. I was playing, like, when 11 was first released, because they were like, it's online only, not to mention at that time, we didn't really have internet at my parents' house because I was still currently living at home. Look at that, level 2. And I was just kind of like, well, I don't want to play online and all that stuff. You have to play online, and I was just kind of like, no, I'm not really interested. But a really good friend of mine at the time, he was just really interested in it. We were both always enjoyed pretty much all the Final Fantasy games. We both played the crap out of, you know, like 7. I don't know if he really played 8. I didn't really like 8. He played a lot more 9 than I did. I know we sat down at low level and ended up being Ozma together. It took us like 6 hours though. And then we both really liked 10. But so he really wanted to get 11. He ended up getting it, like, he got it, like, I think as soon as it released, but it was probably like 2 months before he was able to even log in with getting the internet set up. And then he had, because he was, when he got it set up, he was on dial-up. And just trying to download all the updates over on his PlayStation 2. Yeah, it was just a lot. So finally, when he got set up, you know, basically we played on the same account together. We would take turns playing. Obviously, he would play if I wasn't over his house, but yeah. So that's where a lot of my early 11 playing was on a friend's account, and then I eventually got my own account, and yeah. Rest is history. So I'm being silly. Where do I want to go? Let's go to Art Ergon. I think there. Let me go back in comments because. So, was it Gas? Someone else playing 11 other than me right now? Have I ever played 14? Yes, of course. I played 14 for a while. I have not played 14 though since Heaven's Ward. And honestly, I get kind of like 14. I kind of call Final Fantasy Arcade because it's kind of more. You know, you like jump in, go. You know, play for a little bit, and even though it's like multiplayer, it's not really multiplayer. I mean, of course it is, but like if you're doing a dungeon or doing like a raid or something in 14, you basically need to go in, you do your dance, whatever you need to do, you're going through your damage combo, and you can do everything right, but if one person screws something up, it's like a wipe. And so it's just there's nothing you can do. That's just how it is. Where in like in 11, you could go in, someone can screw something up, and if your party's good and knows what they're doing, they can pick up the slack, and you're not gonna wipe. So I just don't like that whole, like I said, almost kind of. Possess sufficient Imperial standings. Lovely. Let's go get some with copper vouchers. I have 20. But the other thing that I don't like about 14, I mean, not that I don't have a problem with basically everything I just said. What I have the problem is the vertical progression. I just get tired of the whole proverbial carrot in front of you, where it's like you're always chasing higher gear progression, and as soon as you even get top tier, you know, 2 weeks later they release new gear that you gotta now go and get, and it's just you're just constantly, you know, chasing it, and your gear's constantly getting leveled up, and your gear's constantly getting, you know, replaced. Whereas in 11, that's not been the case. I mean, there's been times where it's been the case, like when Abyssia was released and Adeline was released. I mean, that's the exact reason why I quit when Adeline was coming out. I think I was playing 14 at the point when Adeline was about to be released. I can't remember if I was or wasn't. I might be making that up, but I just remember and I was like, wait, you're going to be making things item level now in 11? Which basically means all my old equipment is now irrelevant? Yeah, no, I'm not interested in playing, and so quit. I mean, there's not really much else to... you know, to really say. That's just why I, just don't have any interest in playing it. Don't get me wrong, it can be fun. I enjoyed playing it at times, but like I said, I just get tired of your gear constantly getting replaced. Whereas, like in 11's current state, you know, it's like your item level 145 in terms of stats on gear, but all the gear is 119. So, because of how that is, I mean, yeah, they're releasing better gear and everything, but it's basically how 11 was in 75 days, where it's like horizontal progression. Where, yes, they're releasing new stuff, but it's not really completely invalidating all your old equipment, whereas that is the case in 14 when they release new stuff. Because you often have to be, you know, your item level average needs to be a certain average to even, like, be able to go do certain dungeons and stuff like that, and yeah, I just don't like that. I don't like vertical progression. It gets old after a while. Alright, so... yeah, the Umbral. Yes, I have that. Yeah, I recommend getting that around level 50 because then you can go to Art Ergon basically immediately without doing anything. You can then just go buy a coffer key from the Moogles and then turn it in to get your passport or whatever it is. So you can go to Art Ergon areas. And then just take Unity Warps just to instantly teleport out there. That way you don't even have to take the ship. But yep, I have that for the map fight. I'd be worried about doing the map fight if I didn't have trusts. So. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was definitely in my early 20s when I started playing 11, and I'm gonna be 40 next month, so... Been playing it for a very, very, very long time. Well, yeah, I've had people ask, because it's like they released WoW Classic, and they're like, if they released a Classic 11 server, would you play it? And I always go back to my answer is no. And it's not that I wouldn't want to play it, it's that, like, at least playing on modern Retail 11, they've done a lot of things, so, like, there's home point crystals, so you can easily warp around, and, like, you get faster XP, and just, there's a lot of things that you get done just much quicker. It's not as much of a time sink. Going back to 75, you know, classic server, 11 was such a freaking time sink, and to start all the way over at level 75, or, I mean, well, obviously you'd be starting out at level 1, but to start back over in a 75 era, I can't do that. There's just no way. Not that I, like, wouldn't want to, but, and I always say if I could go into a hyperbolic time chamber, so it's like, I could go play the game for a year or two, and come back out and only 1 day's passed, sure, I'll go do that, but, that doesn't exist, so... So, that is why I would not be playing, on a classic retail server if they ever release it. Oh, the Fates. Fates were alright. Fates were a decent way to, get XP. I don't really have a problem with Fates. How's it going? It's going alright. Back when Sky was painful. Hey, I enjoyed Sky back in 75 days, although it did take you like half an hour to trek. It's like, oh, let's go do Sky. It takes you like a half an hour for your link shell to get out there and just get started. That was the other thing. It was like, I remember, what is it, back, like, they changed all the question marks now. That's another example of a time sink. So now that you can, like, you know, pop an NM and then the question mark's going to respawn after a minute. I remember when you did Gods back in the day, it was a 15-minute respawn on the question mark after the NM either died or despawned. And it's like, are you kidding me? So if you want to do 4 of them, do 4 gods. You are literally, I guess it would be 5, because you're not going to have to wait for the first one, in theory, unless there's another group there. But, let's say you're going to do 5 Bakios. You're going to have an hour where you're literally sitting there with your thumb up your ass, doing absolutely nothing, waiting for the question mark to spawn back in 75 days. I remember when they were talking, they updated some of them, and then people were like, you make other question marks, you know, 1 minute respawn times, and they're like, can you change the rest of them? And they're like, what ones? We're like, every other question mark in the game that takes a long time to respawn? It's like, clearly you guys don't play your own game. I mean, I think the community part's still there. I do get what you're saying. You don't have the community part like you used to. I do get that, but I mean, the thing about it is they already had, like, lost a lot of the community. Just because, you know, so many people had left the game. So they needed to do, you know, things to, you know, to keep it alive. They had to streamline stuff which focuses more on, you know, solo play or low man play rather than having, like, the big community where you're having, like, you know, 36 people going and doing Kieran. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed that, being in, like, a large, you know, like, 50-man link shell, and you have, like, 2 full alliances doing Kieran and stuff like that, and you're rotating people into the main party and stuff. Like, been there, done that. Like, it was fun, enjoyed it. Summon you, because that way PvP's not blowing all our MP, giving you HP. So I'm leveling this character up for testing purposes. The point of this character is to get a bunch of jobs to 99, and then I will get various gear, like, I'll get all the different sets of Sparks gear, get all the different sets of Veiled gear, get all the different sets of Domain Invasion gear, and then work on getting Ambuscade gear. And then that's about it. And then basically from there, use it for testing. I will get merits, but I'm not going to put in any job points in any of the jobs I level. And then the point is for, like, testing and making guides on, like, Unity NMs and high-tier battles and just other content. So that way there's guides for new and returning players to show what you can do and what you're capable of doing, you know, what gear, once you're just freshly at 99. So it has, you know, good, you know, entry barrier to, like I said, just help with guides for new and returning players. So I think that's where the most lacking information is. Yeah, I do have food. It's not good food, but better than nothing. Actually, that's all I have is the jerky. I should have picked up some, like, accuracy food. Need a few, actually one level. One more axe level for Rampage. while. Getting actual levels faster than I'm getting skill levels. Thank you. Careful of becoming dead. Configurations. Yeah. We'll wait till we get one more level. I was about to say I should dismiss and resummon trusts. I've leveled up. Evasion's going up, but it's crazy that my parry's almost as high as my axe. No, it'll be a Sparks Gear axe. I probably should have gotten more. Because what is it? Yeah, level 50 axe, I definitely should have picked up a better axe from Sparks NPC. I'll go do that before the map fight. I can't even engage. I'm gonna stay one-handed axe all the way to 99, but I mean, I will level, you know, I will skill up everything, so I have the options, and then at 99, if I'm going to be using War, I will use Great Axe. But, I mean, for leveling up, Axe for the most part is typically better. I mean, was it Stormwind's decent in like the level 30 area, and it's arguably better than Axe. But once you get Rampage, Rampage is pretty much better until you're, you know, like 80 plus. So, and considering I'm struggling even to just level one, like, oh, I didn't even see it pop up. There it is. But yeah, considering I'm struggling right now to even skill up one weapon, yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to do another one. I'll just pick up, once in 99, you know, I'll get like Spark Gear or whatever and then go and skill up on stuff. Because there's easy ways to skill up where I don't even need to be in the room. I can just set it and then go, leave, go do something else. Or considering I work from home, I can have it going in the background and just be doing my work, and then, oh, okay, mob's dead. Go grab another mob, or go do another pull, and then set it, and then get back to work. So. Well, that's one of the best things about Wars. It's just so versatile, in terms of it can use, like, every single weapon. And that is actually extremely useful, you know, at high levels. Because there are times where you want to use different weapons. Yeah, you definitely want to knock out Rhapsody missions of Vanity as soon as you can. Those are, you get so many bonuses from having that done. It's a horrible Rampage, not that I'm surprised. Probably missed more than half my swings. Still good to have it. More hits means more chances for skill ups. No, you can only play on PC. It's PC only. I am using an old PS2 controller though. I need to get a new one. one's all beat up. Has problems sometimes. But... No, I think it's easy on controller. Yikes. We're gonna be able to take this guy down. Nope. Oof. All right, let's go look at better gear. Oh, you can just get Oligar from, I mean, he's randomly available for login points. So, there's basically like 2 different cycles of when they have different trusts available from login points. So, I mean, just basically, you know, check your login points NPC every month. And, yeah. What's my opinion on Thief War? I mean, it depends when you're talking, but Thief War is... So, at level 99, you either want to be Thief Dancer or Thief War, depending on what the situation is. If you're doing something where you need that little extra haste and you want to be able to, like, cure yourself and just have that more survivability, then you want to sub Dancer. Otherwise, if you're going for Thief and you just want straight damage, you should be subbing War. That's pretty much it. You don't even really see thieves anymore subbing what's it called? Ugh. Like, you don't see thief subbing ninja anymore. It's just not really something that's happens. I don't think there's better armor. I'll pick this up anyway. This will be 68 soon enough. Yeah, I think after 50 they stop giving you armor, although there's better shields. Yeah, I guess I moved some gear already over. Moved O-Hat. Netplay PS2 keyboard controller. Tell me it's not crazy. I'll look it up in a minute once I get back out to camp. Let's look if there's any armor. Like I said, I don't think there's armor in this. Yeah. Shields, yeah, they stopped giving you armor at 50. I think because they're like, oh, you should be using your AF and other things. Netplay PS2 keyboard controller. Okay, so Netplay PS2 keyboard. Oh, I've seen this thing before. Where it's, yeah, it's your... You could be doing that and then you have your keyboard in the center. Like, no? I mean, maybe I could be down with it if they somehow put like a mini keyboard or something in there. But considering you're expecting to fit a full keyboard in there, yeah, no. I'd rather just do what I do and then just... It's over here. Just grab my keyboard when I need it. And if I need to do it, I would just keep it in my lap, considering I just sit here on the couch or just... Yeah, and I thought, was it playing like Game Gear back in the day when you had your Game Gear? You know, because you're used to having your hands close, just playing like on Game Gear, having that like wider grip with that. Playing like that? Oh, that would be weird. That would take a lot of getting used to. What's this? A lot of comments I gotta go over. My controller's starting to flake out. Yeah, I remember I bought the 11 was the first game I bought for a 360, but I mean, when I bought a 360, I bought it also knowing I was going to be getting Halo 3. It was like, alright, I'll pick it up for 11 now, because knowing that I'm going to want it eventually anyway to get Halo 3. And, yeah, the funny thing is, it was like, I know there were some issues with it when it first came out. It was like, darker and everything. I wanted it because I was like, okay, faster like load times and everything. I remember I ended up going back to my PS2 anyway when I was playing 11. I remember hearing that they fixed it and just never went back. Back of buttons on your wrist. People were saying ninja. Yeah, the thing about it is, like, yeah, nowadays at 99, when you're doing, like, you know, content that's over, like, level 100 and stuff like that, like item level 119, yeah, most of the time your shadows are getting stripped, and, yeah, it's not really worth it, like, you're not really blink tanking like you were back in the day. So, for the most part, just, yeah, shadows aren't really worth it. Now, it's one thing if you're like Ninja Main. And I mean, there might be the occasional thing you'll pull Ninja out for, but for the most part, on Thief, yeah, you're just not gonna bother. Especially since Thief has such high evasion anyway, you could slap on evasion gear and you know, you're gonna do just as well. The game's definitely changed in terms of what you're gonna be doing at 119 as opposed to back in 75 days. Because I know Ninja was like the thing you use. Not to mention, Thief now has access to dual wield by itself. So, summon War, you're still able to dual wield daggers anyway. So, what are login points? Login points are points that you get every time you log in. Like every time you log in, it will say, okay, you got 100 points or whatever for logging in today. And every day you log in, you get points. Right here. See, I have 2,100 login points. And at the 3 starting cities, there are NPCs that you can turn in login points for a variety of different things. And trusts are often one of those things. I simulcast, so as I'm streaming right now on YouTube, I'm also streaming on Twitch at the same time. And I'm trying to talk to people on Twitch also. What is this? After a decade plus on PS2, like controller, it would be hard to go wide. Yeah, exactly. I love the keyboard in the center where I don't have to juggle the devices. No, I get the appeal of that, but that still seems absurd. You're still, even if you're going to be holding it, you would still then either have to be peck typing, or you would still have to put the keyboard down or put the controller thing down in your lap and then start typing, or have a desk where you're putting it down and then start typing. So you're still kind of juggling. It's not like where you have like, you know, your Goro where you have, you know, 4 arms where you could be playing it and then your other 2 arms could be typing. That might actually make sense then to have that. Last 3 or 4 years I played 11, I was Thief Dancer and Rare Thief. Yeah, exactly. Most of the time on Thief you're going to be subbing Dancer just for the utility purposes, but I mean, you're mostly, like I said, you're typically either going to be Thief Dancer, Thief 4, or depending on what you're doing, you might be Thief and then subbing some type of support job. But even that's gonna be like rare. Like I've seen people go like for Kin, go like Thief Paladin just for cover. But again, that's all for more utility type purposes. And the only other thing would be like Thief Black Mage, but that's more just so you can like warp. But yeah, like 99% of the time you're gonna either be Dancer or War, and probably about 75% of that time you're gonna be Dancer. Do you get those standard or what? With login points? You get the login points just for logging in. So they have a login campaign, and there is a period every month. It typically starts on like around the 11th, and it goes, and you'll stop getting points like around like the 2nd or 3rd, and then you can still turn in your points until like typically the 5th to the 7th or 8th of the month, and it goes from like the last month and carries over. So like the 8th of the month is typically when they'll stop and you can no longer turn in points. And then come like the 11th on the next month, the next login campaign where they'll change what items you can purchase for it, then become available. And up to 1,500 points will carry over from the previous month. So you can't keep like building a month. So you want to make sure you spend them. And you'll carry over 1,500 points. But there's nothing you need to do. When you log in during the login period, you will get points. And it's one of the first messages you will see when you log in. since they'll all be leveled up. I don't want PP blowing all their MP. Healing those trusts. Yeah, so every day when you log in, you're going to get points. And you also get 500 points for the first time you log in for the month. And then every day after that, you get 100 points. And, I'm trying to think where all the login point NPCs are. The ones in Walls, Winder's Walls, by the Mog House. It should all be by the Mog House. Port Sandy, and I think Port Baston, all by the Mog House. There will be a Moogle where you can turn in your login points for stuff. I checked earlier this stream, there's no trust currently available, so there should probably be trust available next month. Ouch! Rampage, 7 damage. Dang, 12? I'll be happy when my skills actually decent. How many people still playing the game? I mean, I don't know. A lot more than you think. There's actually been a huge influx in the past, like, 2 years. There's typically about 1,000 on this server. 1,074 people currently logged into Bahamut, and that's just one server. Now, granted, this is either, like, the second or third most populated server. It's not the most populated, but, just to give you an idea. Some of the more dead servers are only going to have like 200 people on it, but I just meant to switch healer trusts. Well, Azura is definitely number one in terms of highest population. Either Odin or Bahamut's going to be number 2, and then obviously either Odin or Bahamut's going to be number 3, depending on whichever one's 2. So... thinking about looking at that, I'm like, she's gonna cure Shantato. Actually, no, she'll cure me. I'm a lower percentage. I'll also just swing. Oh yeah, that's exactly true, Frogs. That's exactly how basically modern link shells work, is yeah, you have like 15 people, but you're typically doing stuff with like 6, and yeah, you need to have multiple job levels. I mean, I always think you should have multiple job levels to be versatile anyway. But yeah, if you're gonna join a link shell, they're gonna want you to have, you know, multiple different roles you can fall into depending on the situation and what's needed. That is definitely how it is. I'm on Bahamut. Is the server I'm on, and no, it's typically 1,000 in general. Do I want a link shell? Although I'm about to die. No, I agree with you, Leon. This is way, in my opinion, one of the just best games. Just in terms of just the synergy. I like just the size and scope of the game. The fact that you do need, like, you can obviously do something solo, but like even this, well, yes, you have trust, and this is still considered solo, considering I'm still my only account. I'm still having to do things with other characters. Technically, all these other characters I'm currently doing stuff are kind of stronger than I am, because they all have like max skill and everything. I'm relying, they're basically carrying me to a degree, all my trust. So it's like, you still need to, you know, rely on a party to get stuff done. There's very little, like, true soloing going on even nowadays. Because even stuff that you solo, you're still pulling out, like, support trust with nothing else. Like, I went and, like, soloed live a few weeks ago, like, probably a month ago, Jin on stream. But it's not like I did it true solo. I've had trusts for, you know, all of Omen and for the final boss, so... Not that it can't be done, although he definitely had trust getting up to Jin, because that would have made it difficult, but I know there was a video of a Red Mage Taro, I think he was JP, true soloing Jin, which is very impressive. But you can tell it wasn't true solo, or I mean, he didn't do all of Omen true solo, because when he started Jin, he had like Corsair rolls going, so he clearly had the Corsair trusts. To get there, but again, you need to get there with enough time is the other concern, so... Let's just get rid of them all, then. Hopefully it'll start killing these much quicker. Since we're getting up there in levels. Yeah, I mean, like I just said, probably about a month ago, I think it was like 4 weeks ago, you can go back and look in my history, you know, on my channel. I soloed Jin live on stream, which is like most people won't even attempt Omen bosses unless you're in a party of 6. So the fact that I did that, you know, solo with trusts, yeah, you can solo in-game content. There's a limit on what you can do, and I will team up with people. Like I definitely do ambuscade, you know, with people and groups, and team up and stuff. You need to team up and do something together. There's only so far you're gonna get being, you know, 100% solo. Just because it's also, what is it, ambuscade's not even efficient to do completely solo. You want to be in a group because that way you're getting gallantry along with your hallmarks. Because if you're doing ambuscade completely solo, one, you're just going to take longer doing the run to even get your hallmarks, but then you're also getting 0 gallantry. Even if you somehow clear it on VD, it's probably going to take you 20 minutes at least. And then, you know, all you did was get hallmarks out. So, like, even, like, things like ambuscade, you definitely want to, like, team up with people. But luckily, there's plenty of pickup groups that do that, at least on the more populated servers. I can't obviously speak into it on a server that's more dead. Well, that's like, where was it? Granted, it wasn't. I mean, the worst thing we had like was like Dynamis, but where was it? He's trying like more references. Wow. But still, like, Dynamis back in the day was 3.5 hours. Huge time commitment. Yeah, Frog, like, this is like what you're talking about here. That YouTube video, kind of fits perfectly. Yes, however, people have made, you can get Windower, and there is an add-on that you can make at 60 frames per second. So it is capable of doing it. And I think if you did, like, say just that, if you were using Windower just to do like that, like make it HD and make it 60 frames per second, and that's all you did, you know, one, that's you're still technically violating the terms of service, but there's no possible way you're going to get banned for anything like that, because you're not really doing anything that's exploited. All you're really doing is enhancing the graphics and what you're looking at. You're not actually, like, cheating in any way, shape, or form. So I know you would never get banned for doing anything like that. If you were using Windower and using whatever, there's all kinds of different stuff you could use that's, you know, just anything that's like botting or anything like that. You could technically get banned for that. So. But yeah, there's, like I said, you can, they have made it so 60 frames per second. It's funny how the community puts in, like, enhancements and stuff like that. Somewhat impressive. Well, thank you for that. I mean, if you want to play the game, you know, it's not. I have guides on like how you can download and get it installed and everything. It's still like 14, 15 bucks a month, so do take that into consideration. It still has that monthly subscription, and I don't think that's going anywhere. I do wish, though, they would discount it. Well, how long the game's been going, I mean, I don't know why they haven't, like, dropped it to $10. Yeah, exactly. On your main tank. This is a big opportunity for you. Don't mess this up. No, I don't do, I just literally have Twitch just to help spread my brand. I don't meet all the requirements they do, and I have no plans to try and meet all the requirements they have on Twitch to actually get, like, paid on that. So, no. We'll see. So, right now, I'm, like, in the process of, like, packing things up and getting ready to move, although it's probably going to be April before I actually move. And so, once I get moved and settled in my new place, I plan on ramping up, like, my streaming and video production and all that. So, that will be coming, but, like, there's, well, then I get slow HP. That's a breath move. Got stunned anyway, but, oh, nice. But, yeah, once I get moved and settled in the new place, I am going to start streaming more. I'll be streaming more, releasing content more. I'm gonna actually start, like, streaming and playing other games. There's been a bunch of games I've wanted to play, and, you know, put videos out for a while now, and just because time haven't been able to do it. But once I get settled in the new place, it'll be good. I'm hoping that I'll get a place. I mean, I have several like boxes to tick, but I'm hoping to get a place that'll have an extra room that I'm going to set up as an office. And I've thought if everything works out, I will try and like either set up a green screen, or I will, you know, like paint the wall like wherever it'll be behind me as a green screen, so I can start doing like green screen stuff. And yeah, so just, yeah, like I said, just expect video production and everything to get ramped up once I get settled in the new place. So it'll probably be summer before any of that really happens, because even with moving, you know, you gotta get unpacked and get situated, and I gotta figure out all that stuff, so, but it will happen at some point soon. It'll happen sometime in 2021. I don't know how it all works, but like if you go in, like set up like you want, Twitch expects you need to like stream X amount of times per month, X amount of hours per month. You need X amount of followers and stuff just to be able to like collect money from Twitch. You maybe, from what you're saying, because I know was that you can just like trade bits. Maybe you can just take bits. I honestly don't know, because like I said, all I did was set Twitch up just so I literally am streaming. But I've, you know, basically built my channel and my brand all on YouTube. Sorry, just want to make sure I don't aggro that ghost. So, I also kind of had, considering Twitch is technically Amazon-based, and I'm not going to go into it, but I kind of have a huge beef with Amazon. I haven't actually purchased anything from Amazon in 4 years now. So, you know, I'm strictly using it just to, like I say, help build my brand. But, you know, I'm not trying to be an affiliate with them. I don't have any plans to do any of that, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna look at a lot of different things once I get settled in the new place. I definitely, once I get settled in the new place, gonna upgrade my streaming computer. That way I can definitely increase it, so be running everything at it. You know, everything in at least HD, everything running at least 1080 for streaming. Because right now, actually, was it right now? Well, that was because my streaming stuff crashed. YouTube's saying I'm only running it at 480, when I know I was streaming before at least 720. So I can't really stream higher than 720. Or else I'll start getting a lot of frame drops because my computer can't handle it. I have set up. So like I said, I'm gonna get a new computer, get a decent video card, probably get an RTX for that for streaming. So like I said, I got lots of plans. I just gotta get settled in the new place first. That's not bad. Almost 500 on Leviathan. Horizon Zero Dawn. Ah, man, I played that when it first came out. I haven't tried out any of the expansions, or was it just the one expansion? I know when the expansion came out. It was an interesting game, Horizon Zero Dawn, but After I beat it though, and I did like everything in it, I didn't really see much value in continuing to play it. I don't know if they did anything with the expansion to change that, but it was definitely a fun game. Different thing with all the like robot animals. Now you can like tame some of them and use them as mounts. It's a little fun game. Okay, Frog, have a good night. Thanks for supporting the channel. So I think what I'm going to do is, because it is getting late, I was hoping to be done by now, but didn't accomplish what I wanted to in that time. So long farming that darn test. I'll probably keep going until the XP band wears. Once the XP band wears, we'll go fight Matt and then call it a night. That way I'll be set to go 75 next week. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Really? Alright, let's go fight Matt now. That incinerate, man. Will you? Because I got a test right here. Actually, it was hard. It was a royal pain in the ass. Died once too. Ooh. Don't think I have the home point here. Nice. Free home point. Shattering stars. Not gonna tank this. Not even fair. Come on, you haven't given up yet? Was it a mighty fighting skill or display of skill? I guess it's my trusts. We'll save the warp scroll. Cool, can hit 75 now. Oh yeah. Although I didn't have really a problem because on my main character back in the day, I was on White Mage, and that wasn't too bad. Just, you know, keep yourself alive. But yeah, any combat type job that needed to do it, yeah, he was not easy. I remember a friend of mine, they had day level Paladin first, and they had a rough time with it. I probably took them, I don't know, probably close to 10 tries to beat him on Paladin. I go to Juno. Winders. And he was easy on most combat jobs when you were doing it at 75, when I was going for like Matt's cap. But that was different. I still remember though, even at 75 on Red Mage, I had some issues with him. Which made me was like, man, if I'm struggling at 75 on Red Mage clearing this to get Matt's cap, I really feel for the Red Mages that are taking him at 70. Like, oh. You don't have access to anywhere as near as much gear as I had, because I had, like, you know, full relic, you know, full... I mean, obviously they would have access to artifact, but they wouldn't have access to any of the relic gear. Obviously you don't have the skill and all that stuff, and yeah, it just... Oh, man. Just talk to him. So I'm going to head back out and I want to burn the band, because that way I can just pop the S-Jed ring again, like tomorrow morning or something, and then we'll have a fresh ring and fresh charge ready to go for next time. Momberex is a fantastic trust, although you gotta be doing all of the you gotta get all the monthly records of eminence stuff for, was it heroism points? Can't remember what they're called. For like a year to get Momberex, but he's worth it. Ridiculous trust. Yay, can hit 75. You can do the original Dynamis solo. You could do some farming in the new Dynamis Divergence solo. However, it requires 3 player characters just to enter. So... And you would still be limited on what you could do solo. But the original Dynamis, even though it's not even original Dynamis anymore, it's now, like, they modified it a long time ago. And, but yeah, you can totally do it solo. You could do it solo before trusts were even in the game. With trusts, it now makes it that much easier. But yeah, you can full clear all of Dynamis, original Dynamis solo. Dynamis Divergence, that's where you do want, if you're trying to actually clear Dynamis Divergence and get access so you can reforge Relic and make it, like get it to like +3 for 119 for Relic stuff, you're going to need a shell or at least a group that you go with to do that. Well, thank you. Let's pull trusts out now, so that way timers are already going. incinerate. $69. Yeah, buddy. $32,000 now. Band should be wearing soon as we get about a level. I might get about 3 levels per band. So it really depends what you're going for. Depends which weapon. Depends on what hit build you're going for. What weapon you're using. So if say you're using Great Axe, I don't remember how it scales out. But you would want to hit an X build, say a 5-hit build. And then focus on double attack. I mean, for the most part, you do kind of want to focus on double attack, more so than sword TP, but I would be willing, Like, I would focus on double attack over store TP unless you're trying to hit, like, a certain X build. I would be willing to, say if I needed 5 more store TP, I'd be willing to drop some double attack to get that 5 store TP to, say, hit a 5-hit build. Because if I gotta swing one less time to be able to get that weapon skill off, then yeah. Because if you're having a 5-hit build, as an example, when I weapon skill, after that, I'm literally going to just then have to get 2 rounds of attack if I'm proccing double attack, if your double attack's high enough. And then you can weapon skill again. So, and considering in most groups you're gonna be at like ace cap, it's gonna go really, really fast. But I would say, as a general thing, you're probably going to want double attack over store TP. But again, it's not just a simple cut and dry question. There's a lot that goes into that. Lifting up a storm. Not that I'm surprised. Skill should what, get over 200 and well over 200. Working on it. Nice stun. Well, Rampages are getting better. Yeah, we're gonna call it there. So with XP, yeah, it's gonna drop way too much for. So I can refresh bands later. Get another caliber ring and everything. Probably use login points for that. But yeah, I mean, would have liked to have made more progress, but getting that test was rough. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up for the night. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. May you guys have success in all you do.